Hi, Kim from Expression Artworks. So I have these two wood cutout primitive style stars, and I'm only going to be using one, but at the time I wasn't sure what size I was going to use. And I'm using burnt umber apple barrel paint to paint them. I figured let me go and just start painting both because, like I said, I wasn't sure what size I was going to be using at the end. One of them was going to be adhered to a bow, so just wasn't sure what size was going to look better. So I painted them both at burnt umber, and here I'm using Mischief Managed Creations Rust Paste. Her name is Tanya. She's a crafter friend of mine, and she actually created this rust paste, and it is awesome. The color is awesome. You don't have to go trying to like make a rust on your own using paint and cinnamon. It just makes it so much easier. It's got a great consistency, great color. You could, if you want to layer it, you could dry up the first layer and then add more and layer it again. Just awesome product. I'll make sure I leave that information for you in this video. So I'm holding them up and hopefully you could kind of see how they look, nice and rusty. And then I got this great fabric. It's a thick canvas fabric, and it came in a square, and I cut out, the heart. It was already a heart shape, but I cut out the excess. And then the bottom of it, I'm just using a muslin piece, and I'm making a no-sew patriotic heart pillow. So here I'm just a little bit at a time, hot gluing the edges, and I'm going to be adding the polyfill to it to make it nice and full. Now this fabric, the patriotic heart, I ordered from another crafter friend, and that's Willow Hearts Primitives, and she actually has an Etsy shop, and that's where I order my printable fabric from her. She has beautiful stuff. It's very high quality. Fabric is great. It could get wet. You could coffee grunge it. You could, like, if you want it wrinkly, you could wrinkle it up in your hands. And it's just a great piece of fabric to use. And she has all different kind of designs. So I'll make sure I leave that information in here too. And I'm just filling it with that, like I said, the polyfill, and closing it up. Now, at the end, when I was like looking at my heart all filled, I just wasn't quite pleased with it. So off camera, I did wind up opening it up a little bit and adding more polyfill because it just wasn't plump enough. And here's a rusty spring that I'm going to be using as well for the stand. And now I'm going to be making my bow. here I decided to go with the bigger star. So just kind of glued that to the center once I got the bow onto the spring. And I did use different fabric pieces, of course, red, white, and blue, Patriotic. And there's my finished piece. Thank you so much for watching.